Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Happy New Year. I'm Councillor Neil Tungate, Chairman of the Committee. I'd now like to hand over to Democratic Services to read the housekeeping note.
Please note that this meeting is being broadcast live on the Council's website and on YouTube. It will remain available for a minimum of 12 months. Please use your microphone when speaking and remember to switch it off. Please switch any mobile devices to silent. If the fire alarm rings, please leave the room and use the nearest fire exit. Do not use the lift. Please go to the fire assembly point in the car park.
Thank you, Andy. For the benefit of those watching the meeting online, please remember to introduce themselves during the meeting if not already introduced by name. We've received apologies from Councillor Jack Davis. Any others that we know of? Oh, David?
I think Councillor Colin McCarthy might be with us.
Yeah, I noticed he's absent, so we'll take that. Colin McCarthy. Right, on with the business. Item 1, can we approve the minutes of the meeting held on the 5th of September 2025?
Agreed.
Happy, thank you. They're signed and ready. Any members have any interest to declare? Items on the agenda? No, thank you. There's no public participation. On to item 4, licensing fees and charges 26 to 27. Hand over to Crystal or Joe to present.
Hello, Joanne McClay, Service Manager for Environment and Regulation. So these are the proposed fees for the licensing functions, and this is where the Council has discretion to set the fees. So the fees that we do set are reasonable to cover costs and not to make a profit. And it is the requirement of the General Purposes and Licensing Committee to consider these fees and charges and approve them. This is where the function sits. So the fees and charges have been increased in line with inflation, which is 3.8%, with the exception of taxi licensing fees. And based on the new policy that went through earlier on last year, the costs have been reviewed for those functions and they are set on a cost recovery basis as well. So with regard to the taxi licensing fees, we're asking to go out to a 28-day consultation and then based on any objections for them to come back to a future General Purposes and Licensing Committee meeting. So the recommendation is that Council approves the proposed fees and the taxi licensing fees go out for consultation with the final decision, a delegated authority to GP&L for the final decision to come back in March if there are objections. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Joe. Open it up to the floor. Any comments? Oh, crikey. I think I just saw Steve first. Right.
Yeah, just a quick question. I know there's a lot of stuff going on about dogs, dog breeding, etc. And I've noticed that recently that we seem to have a proliferation of these little vans going around offering dog daycare. I just wonder how many are licensed as they should be. How many licenses have we got across the forest? And I'll be sure that everybody is actually licensed and that should be.
We will have to come back to you on exact numbers. I can say that the team do actively look to generally for any advertisements or anything so that we can actually identify people operating businesses out in the district. I mean, if we do get complaints with regard to them as well or any that we think are unlicensed, obviously we will go out and investigate that, but the exact numbers, I can come back to you with those.
It's obviously no criticism because I know you do the follow-ups and you can only license if someone comes to you, but I think it's an area where people see it as a good business opportunity, which actually it clearly is. But I wonder how many people actually do realise that in order to come and collect a dog from your house and give it a walk and then put it back in the house, they should be properly licensed. And of course there is also a level of trust there. In fact, if you're out at work and you're allowing someone into your house, I think it's an interesting sort of area now that is everybody fully licensed, because I sort of suspect that some people are just so grateful to have someone come in, they'll just take anybody that comes along. And there's always stuff on social media about, does anyone know a company? So I think it's perhaps some sort of advertising about the need that these businesses to be properly licensed and checked out. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. A good point there. David, I think I'll let you go next because I was expecting you to say something.
I'm probably not going to say what you expect me to say. I wondered what the difference is, or the differential, what justifies the differential between a bingo premises and a betting premises.
Any ideas from the officers?
Bingos, we haven't had a bingo premises before, and it's just this year, but all the rates are set pretty standard across the country. When they first came out in 2007 for the 2005 Act, the fees were suggested, and then there is a cap on them, so we're not at the top of the cap. But yeah, I mean, bingo premises, they are different. Betting premises tend to be more regulated in a way because they've been running longer. But bingo premises, we haven't got that much experience in because we've only got the one.
Doesn't entirely answer my question. What the difference is? Perhaps it's numbers of people that use it. Perhaps it's safeguarding issues. Maybe I can do my own research on this, but it does seem odd that there should be a differential like that between the two, and I'm just interested in why that's so.
I think also, I mean, you touched on it. Betting premises are very widely used, and very often they are in built-up areas, so there has to be a safeguarding in there for the people that regularly use them. So the people, the management that actually run them and the companies that run them, which have got a wealth of experience, very often they have their own test purchasing schemes, so they are very well regulated within the industry themselves. So it is different. A bingo premises tends to be, the one we have is on a holiday park. So the one we've got is on the holiday park. Very often, in other towns, you might have a bingo hall, although the numbers decreased dramatically when the Health Act came in and people weren't allowed to smoke. Because what used to happen is, in the period where there was a break, and there was always a break, you used to go to the bar, get something to drink, also sit there smoking, and also you could play slot machines in certain areas. The Health Act came in and people couldn't do that. They had to go outside to smoke. So that cut the revenue from bingo dramatically and made a huge difference. But no, as I say, we don't have a bingo hall. It's bingo on a caravan site, on a holiday park site. Hope that is a bit better.
That's very helpful, thank you. And the other question I've got is track. Does that refer to greyhound tracks or something like that, or am I on the wrong track with that?
Yeah, no, tracks is greyhound tracks, it's horse racing tracks, and again, we don't have any in our area. We're very low on gambling numbers, really. We just have the betting shops. We did have an adult gaming centre. I think that has gone now. We have the lower category of gaming. We don't have very high categories of gaming. But no, that's what track is, greyhound horses. Horse racing. Yeah.
I suppose a bingo premises really is sort of an entertainment to a degree, isn't it? So that's the difference between that and a betting shop where you go in, place your bet and leave. Here we go with Alvin. Sorry, I thought you did. Oh, David then. David, no? Alan.
That one's like me, it doesn't work. I was just going to say at the very start that all of these seem very rational to me, and I think we should.
Thank you. Anyone else got any observations? Phil?
Yes, can I just check on Appendix 1, page 9, the driver awareness test has risen above the 3.8% mark. I'm assuming there is a good reason for that.
Yes, it's on cost recovery, and it's the time that it takes officers to administer the test, and also we've got kit as well to factor in as well. But no, it's on a cost recovery basis, so that's why that has gone up more than that. The taxi fees are on cost recovery rather than just a blanket 3.8.
Thank you.
Okay.
Are we all done then? Take you to recommendations on page 3 then. Are we happy to propose those to full council?
Agreed.
Thank you very much. I have no other urgent items. I declare the meeting closing.